to ask this for a while, but have you guys ever had a pimple on your butt?
Yep.
I mean, yeah. We're people,
So
aren't we?
apparently Dakota has never had a pimple on his butt.
I have not.
So
I think I have one on my butt right now.
welcome everybody to the January 8th episode of High Volume Low Quality. I'm Hassan Taha. With me is Dakota Anders as always, and our guests today are Garion Birchell and Evan Hammons, singer and drummer respectively, for the band Artica.
Yes, indeed. It's great to be here, Isam and Dakota.
Oh, thank you, Gary. And how are you, Evan?
I'm great.
That's fantastic.
Anticipating what I'm gonna do in
Okay,
the
so
future.
before we start off, I just want to disclose a few details. So we have recorded already, but Audacity is an asshole and decided not to record the first 20 minutes, which consisted of us interviewing our guests. So here we are,
Again.
back from getting dinner.
It's okay. It's a sign. I thought Audacity is not like Artica.
Well, fuck Audacity. We don't need it.
Hey, now.
Artica does their shit.
Well, there
Yes.
goes that sponsorship down the drain as well. So,
I ruined two
thanks
now
a
for
lot.
you.
Well, the audience only knows one because I think the
They'll find out about the other one,
the
okay?
other one you
Don't when they watch the rest of this.
They'll
listen.
understand.
yeah,
It's like a
this is-
cool, weird, backwards joke.
yeah, this is like strangely meta right here.
Yeah, because we know what happens. Y'all don't, but you will. You better listen to this
You
one thing. Or I'm
bunch
gonna
of
come to your house
Bunch of
and
crises.
fuck your babies. Speaking of big shit. So other than the Audacity problem, last week when we posted our first episode, the pilot, YouTube decided to be a douche and delete our video for violation reasons. And luckily, calmer heads prevailed, and Dakota filed an appeal before I could re-upload it, and as a middle finger to them. And within a few days, they got back to us, and they put the video back, and we're sorry. So fuck you, YouTube, and fuck you, Audacity, and
Fuck everyone.
and fuck everybody.
Fuck
And
everybody.
fuck you too, especially.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that gesture. Are we going to fulfill this later? Or?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is this?
So
It's a proposition.
Do you want to just stop this right now? And,
Alright,
We
guys.
could.
Guys. I think first and foremost we should talk about what is this jar that is sitting open in front of us right now.
So-
Especially in front of Evan.
So okay.
Yes.
So what happened was in the recording, it's gonna when we're done here right now, the recording is gonna go to Garion talking about a prank I pulled on him involving a concoction I made involving tequila and a bunch of very hot peppers, and we go into depth of this later. But right now, Evan wants to take a taste. He's not drinking it; he's just tasting it.
Just a little taste.
Come
And
on.
I will have you all
Dab
know
that
it's
finger.
I'm doing a small dab.
Dab that finger. Soak it.
Oh boy.
I don't think my finger's long enough. Oh, I got it.
You got it.
Come on. No, don't let it drip.
The
Drink it.
The
Is
smell
it?
right now is of like peppers and
It's permeating the air.
All right. Now,
I might get more actually. I don't,
oh, he's going for
He's
seconds.
going for seconds. What the
Wow,
heck is wrong
okay.
with you?
I don't think I got that
You
much.
sadomasochistic individual.
give it a little swiggle.
A swirl.
Yeah,
Did you shake it up?
So
Yeah, he's shook it up.
I can
This
shake
is-
it up again.
this is definitely a good thing for a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah. Just swivel it.
Is it? This is enough.
Feeling any of the burn there?
Yeah.
Imagine my suffering.
Yeah, I can't imagine what you went through, but I mean, it's on my lips. It's in my throat. It's not enough to like. I don't know. I might.
Incapacitate you.
Maybe you should
Do
take
you-
a sip.
Let's take like a big.
No.
Maybe you should take a sip.
I don't want to take a sip.
That might be too much.
All right,
Oh my
we'll just do
goodness.
this.
He's loaded his finger with.
That does not sound good.
Yes, suck it up, baby. Oh yeah, that
there it
one.
is.
Okay.
Oh.
His facial convulsions tell us a lot. They don't tell you anything.
Okay, and just
Yeah.
before this,
Yeah.
me and Evan just took a big whiff of this, and I
Burnt
can
our
still feel it, like in the back of my throat. Like it's that potent. And you guys will just have to wait a little bit to hear about the pepper story. But
Are you
for now,
okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you
do
sure?
you want some water? Or?
I'm good.
Water's not good.
I'll tough it out. But it's definitely there in my mouth, and in my throat, and my lips,
I'm gonna put this away.
and in my nose.
Far away.
Yeah,
You
let's
need
be
like
careful with
freaking
that.
gloves to handle that. It's
You
like
do.
biohazard
You freaking
shit.
do. I did have a big warning label on it back in the day, but then, I mean, if I brought it over and had a warning label,
Everyone would know what's up.
do you need to say something? Is it?
Oh no, I was gonna say, I cannot use his finger for
Anything.
Anything.
Don't rub your eye. For God's sakes, do not do that.
Okay.
I'll probably end up rubbing my eye eventually.
Just take
He's gonna
some
completely
water.
forget. Just go like,
Okay. So.
Anywho.
Well, that was interesting, I will admit. But it's not what Garion went through, so I'm a bitch.
tune in later. Tune in later for that.
Yes, and for now, this is take 2, and well, we are going to do some interviews. Me and Isam, we split up separately. We made our own questions for the band, and I've got mine right here, and I think I would. Oh, Evan, you're.
Go ahead, just keep talking.
He's,
Keep talking.
I knew this
he's
was
just
going to happen.
grimacing through the whole thing. We should have saved this for last. We really should.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so I have some questions for the band.
Okay.
All right. So, my first question just goes out to the whole band, the band as a whole. I just want to know how you all feel, just how it feels to be a part of the biggest indie mathcore pop hair metal all girls supergroup in Lexington, and if I may say, maybe even in Kentucky. How, like, what are the feelings?
Is that the appropriate genre? Do you think that's?
I would add in Tolkien core
Sure.
to that. But other than that,
I didn't
I think
wanna
it was
specify,
pretty
overspecify.
spot on. And frankly speaking, I think I can speak for the entirety of the band. And Evan, who is very incapacitated right now, when I say the following words, that I think that we achieved our goal for 2015 by becoming the greatest indie pop rock math core in Tolkien core band in all of Lexington, Kentucky, if not Kentucky as a whole.
All right.
And what's to stop us from taking over the world next?
Oh, yeah.
2016
Yeah.
is the year of our.
Yeah.
It's our year.
Yes.
We're going on a tour in Japan in March with our awesome progressive music.
Yeah, dude.
That's good to hear. My God, we're in shambles right now.
My nose is running.
Okay, Evan, while you're hyped up on all of that,
Alcohol and pain.
Go ahead.
that's the sound of a man in pain. Okay, so
we
Evan,
didn't do this in the last recording because he would be in pain the whole 1 hour.
all right. So Evan, you play dulcimer in the band.
You should
what-
explain what a dulcimer is first.
Well, I mean, Evan obviously knows what it is, so I don't really need to explain it. And all of the listeners, they'll know. Okay.
If you don't know what it
remember-
is, look it up on Google, you assholes.
Yes, and a D-hole for that matter. Look up the D-hole. So dulcimer, what do you think your dulciming brings to the band, Evan?
It brings a nice, energetic mood. Every time I bring that dulcimer out, man, the mood just comes up.
I heard it's a real, like, the ladies just flock to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Yes.
dulcimer.
Yes.
Yeah, that is. Now I can't remember exactly what magazine I read this in, but I heard it was one of the top, like, 12 sexiest instruments.
I wouldn't argue with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty solid statement.
So what you're telling me is my statement about him being German was false.
Yes.
Maybe. I mean, I could be living 2 lives right now.
Or maybe he plays both. What's to stop him? Maybe he's a multi-instrumental kind of person.
I'm a one-man band.
Yeah.
So Evan, are you going to be splitting
I
up
get
from the
that
group
reference.
soon to start your own band?
No comment.
All right.
Well,
Well,
wherever you stand.
On that note, Garion.
Yeah.
So I've got right here some early lyrics of yours.
Oh yeah. Okay.
that I thought it would be good to share with our listeners and sort of see your insight into the lyric writing process.
Okay.
So, these are lyrics to the song "I'm Crying," parentheses, "The cat is my only friend," in parentheses. Oh baby, I'm crying, ooh, ooh, touch my butt, ooh, I'm so sad. That's powerful stuff. And I just want to know what the creative process behind the lyrics was.
Before you answer, I was wondering, like, was this like for a metal band or for boy band?
Was there a lot of screaming involved?
Or crying?
Yes.
Or crying?
Initially, before I pursued my interest of being a singer, I screamed for a living in a
Did you?
band. Yes, gutturally. I
And,
ripped my vocal cords to shreds and got an operation, got some new ones.
I've got a big question. I think that's on everyone's minds.
What about the
For your
lyrics?
band?
Do you want me to?
Sure, but more importantly, I've listened to some of your songs. They're all right. I'll give you that. They're all right. But there's not nearly enough screaming. And what I wanted to know...
You're right. There needs to at least be like 10 times more.
Well, I mean, I couldn't help but understand some of your lyrics. And I was disturbed, to say the least. A lot of your lyrics have to do with being touched in the butt or touching other people's butts. And as great as that is, I just think it would benefit from some screaming.
From some screaming?
Screaming.
I mean, touching someone's butt is a very personal, intimate sort of thing, and I love doing it. I mean, I just grabbed your ass like 2 seconds ago. Like it was wonderful.
As I was talking.
As you were
did
talking.
that.
Yeah, I did. I felt it was appropriate in the moment.
Sure.
So here you have it first. Garion's an ass man.
I am. I will openly admit to that. But the thing is I write my lyrics from a very personal place.
That's true.
So
That's so
everything
true.
about that with the cat, I've done that. And the cat touches my butt. And I
Wow,
touch
that's
his.
incredible. So that's it for my interview. Isam, if
You mind
would
if I
like
ask
to-
the actual questions now?
If you'd like to take over, that'd be fine. Sure.
Oh gosh. Let me regroup. You okay, Evan? Over
Yeah,
there?
I'm getting there.
Getting there. Slow and steady wins the race. They say.
So these questions are for your fans. Starting off, how did Artica start, and how did it all come to be?
Well, honestly,
Did it involve touching butts?
there has been some butt touching. I would say that's an honest statement. But truly, Artica is honestly the brainchild of Evan over here, who is, I don't know if he can honestly explain how we came about, but I feel it's best suited for you to talk about it. So
I can do it. So, myself and a good friend of ours, Daniel Holthouse, who's in the band, him and I have been jamming together for at least 2.5 years. So basically, we've been jamming, and we've been in numerous bands together. And when both of those bands disbanded, at the same time, Garion's band disbanded. So I hit him up, and the rest is history,
as they say.
as they say.
Okay. So what are your goals for 2016?
We have a lot of different things in mind. We have some special content that's going to be coming out. We're not going to be overly talking about it, but be certain, obviously, that new music is certainly in the works. We're in the midst of writing stuff for a new release right now. I'm very, very excited about the potential that it has to break new ground and define our sound even more, and to bring content for the fans to really enjoy. So,
And for those who don't know, your music is free on Bandcamp.
it is indeed. We have it for free to download on Bandcamp, and you can also stream it and listen to it for free on YouTube.
And your merch.
Our merch. We have a merch website that runs through absolutemerch.com, and if any of you happen to want to go grab it, we have 2 different designs, each at $15. It's a pretty reasonable standard price for merch as far as that goes. So
Okay. So among your songs, like 3 a.m. Club, Salsa, To Survive, I said it right this time.
That's what Take Two's for.
Yeah. And for a moment, what do you guys like personally? Both of you, which one do you think is like your favorite to record and to perform live?
for me, on a personal level, I think the recording it and the performing it are a bit different. I personally enjoy performing 3 a.m. Club the most live. We kind of interset with it. It's a very tense song. It's very personal lyrically for me. So I feel like it gives me a chance to be very emotionally vulnerable and open with the crowd from stage. And I love that, and I love that property about music. So that's particularly why I love it. And then in terms of recording, but for a moment has some of my favorite vocal parts that I did on the EP. So that was the most fun to me to track. Evan.
For me, to play off what Garion said, I do enjoy 3M playing that live. There's so much emotion that's shown throughout the song through everyone. So that's mine on the live set part of it. For recording, I'd probably say Solace to Survive. Because it's so chill and relaxing and it's close to home in my view.
It is.
Oh,
This is killing me, guys.
are you really?
We offered to get you milk.
You shouldn't have gone for that.
I mean, my
third
nose
dog.
is running. It's not stopped running. But I digress. Go on.
Do you want us to stop and get you something?
No.
Soda.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So as a band, what was like the most difficult thing you had to deal with?
Honestly, starting out, I think the most difficult thing that we consistently have encountered would have to be probably around money and the distance that we have. We have 3 of our members that live here in Lexington, and then we have 2 of our members that live in Louisville, and obviously that requires a lot of traveling to keep things up. And we make a good long trip every once a week to go practice and to make more music together. And I remember when we started this whole thing, that after Evan had asked me to come start writing with them, that we were still looking for a bassist and a guitarist. So we had looked high and low, and we couldn't really find anyone that we felt suited on what we were doing. And he got a hold of Andrew, who is our bassist. But Andrew lives in Louisville, and I remember being so wary about the idea of having a member from Louisville. But then it ended up that Andrew fit perfectly, and then he brought Luke into the picture, and now we have 2 members from Louisville, and we commute to Louisville every Sunday. But that's definitely probably been the biggest challenge is the distance. So.
Okay. Well, last question. You both have been in multiple bands. Has there ever been a time where you just, has there ever been a band where you just you hated the experience from start to finish?
From start to finish,
Or close to that, I guess, because I guess you start out with that high of we're doing something, and then it just kind of all.
I never started something, and it never was close to the start that I hated it. But my last band ended up not going in a direction I was really hoping, and it became. It was less about everyone writing music together for the sake of music, and more about everybody trying to show off. And there was a lot of immaturity and other stuff that happened, so it didn't go very well, and became rather unpleasant towards the end. Much happier now.
That's good.
For me, everything I've done is purposeful, so it happens for a reason, and in some cases it doesn't work out. I've never hated anything I've done, but
Except for trying the.
yeah, except for trying that godly awful death juice. But
Satan's piss.
Agua el Diablo, sir.
Oh, sorry. my
yeah,
bad.
but this new project we're doing right now with Artica is much better than anything I've ever done before. So
I can hardly concur with that. So
Okay, thank you guys for coming back and doing these extra 20 minutes because, like I said, fuck Audacity. Again, yeah.
suck it.
Suck it.
I should lose everything again because we said that.
I'd be so fucking pissed. In Honesty is on YouTube, Bandcamp. Give it a listen. Go to the merch site. What was it again?
It is absolutemerch.com/Artica.
So
Yeah, and we're gonna have links in.
we'll have links to everything.
We'll have
We'll
links.
have
to
links in the
everything.
comment section to the merch and all that.
Yes.
Description, good sir. Learn YouTube.
Jeez.
Sorry, description.
What a
This is
professional
why
asshole, dude.
My bad.
And we talk about it again later in our second half.
First, second,
Whatever you want.
the other part.
The other part that will be coming right after this, so it doesn't. We shouldn't really be wrapping up. We should more.
We're not wrapping up. I'm just gonna point out that in a couple of seconds this is gonna cut off, and the other one's gonna play, which should be in the middle of Garion talking about his experience with Agua el Diablo, and how it messed up his New Year's Eve.
And hopefully you'll get a better perspective of
Evan's
how much
pain.
Evan is suffering right now.
Okay, we're gonna cut this off because Evan needs some help. Goodbye.
All right.
everybody.
For in it, kind of sent me careening over the edge. which is unfortunate because I brought someone with me to the party, which made me feel kind of bad because then somebody else had to take her home. But she's a good friend and a good sport about it, so that was good. But the last thing I remember was I was sitting with.
Oh, if she is listening, I will have her know it's her fault because she was the one who said you could take the shot. So there you go.
Anyways, the last thing I remember was I was sitting on the couch with her and possibly a couple other people, and we were just like talking and stuff. And then suddenly I'm in the shower in my boxers only, and I don't remember anything that happened.
I've left the party at this point.
Oh yeah, you're not there. I don't remember what happened in between there. It's all black. I've been told what happened, but I don't know this for certain.
Okay.
And so all I remember is then coming to in the shower and my boxers thinking, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing?
Hey, is this appropriate to the podcast? Because I kind of want to know what happened. I want to know the
he
story.
can say whatever he wants.
What
don't
happened
care.
in the time in between?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
If he
No, I
wants to
can-
talk about it, he
Okay,
can
I
so
wanna know.
from outside reports of what occurred, I got up, went outside. I remember going outside to pee, so maybe I did that, and then I blacked out. I love peeing outside. It's like a recreational pastime.
It's true. Yeah.
So
It's a rite of
Public
passage.
indecency, yeah, you know.
yeah,
It's all good.
I don't. It makes me feel good. Leave me alone. So apparently, I came back inside. My friend that I had brought with me, she was downstairs playing beer pong with another person I'm friends with.
Was it
And-
Katie?
No, it was Collier.
Okay.
And so I went down there. Apparently, I sat down in this red chair in the basement and just watched them for a while. And then they finished the game, and they were like, "It's time to go upstairs." And I was like, "No, I'm gonna stay here." And so I did, and I passed out. But apparently, when they came back down, I had vomited all over the chair and myself. Of course, I don't remember any of this, and so then they had to help me upstairs and into the shower. And I'm not sure who helped me into the shower. I still don't know who unclothed me and put me in the shower. There's lots of things that I'm very uncertain about.
Do you want me to bring a doll from the room and ask you where you were touched?
It probably wouldn't help because I have no recollection of where I was touched. Somebody could have literally violated me in every way possible, and I would have had no idea.
I'm just gonna say prank successful then.
There you go.
So then I just got out of the shower and I laid down on the couch and went to sleep. Woke up with a hell of a hangover. Stayed at the house that I was in until like 1 p.m. Called into work, and then actually I got somebody to cover my shift.
And then
I'm
you
not
ate
that
with me.
responsible. And then I ate food with Evan
At Chick-fil-A.
at Chick-fil-A. Unironically, I ate buffalo sauce with my chicken because glutton for punishment.
Doesn't that tie it all into a nice little package?
So what happened to your intestines and other?
Oh yeah,
Bodily functions.
it became so much better because the day after New Year's, I went to Atlanta for 3 days as part of a trip. And when I did, the entirety of the time I was down there, I was having intense intestinal pain because because everything was screwed up, and I couldn't like get it to go away by any means whatsoever.
May I ask what prank did you pull on you? Something to make him pull his prank on you?
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to talk about it?
I
'Cause
can-
I have my own from my end. Because
Okay,
I'd rather
we can both talk about it, but let me explain it
All right.
first.
finish the story, and we'll talk about what you did to me.
Sounds good, 'cause I want to know.
Fair enough. So we
Before you keep going, I sent you a text that day.
Oh, right. The day after, I was talking to Esam, and
I was like, "How you feeling?"
yeah, I was like, it was bad. I sort of explained things, and I didn't say anything to him for a while, and then I went to pee, and it burned. I was very shocked as the waste exited my body how much pain I felt while doing so. So I texted him, I was like, just to let you know, I'm pissing fire right now. And it was something. It could have been like a pyrotechnical display if it had been a bit more possibly flammable, but you know,
It probably could have been more fun.
it just I just had like a little match or something. It was like, pea stream of fire.
Be the Gene Simmons of your penis.
Yes,
Yes.
would have been one of those light up sticks.
Yes, it would have
It
been.
would have been fitting for New Year's.
What a novelty act, right? Hey guys, let me bring in the New Year's by twisting something around in my balls that's on fire. Sounds like a great idea.
So, what did anything else happen, or was it just the pee hurt and
It
your
was
stomach was bothering
it was
you?
honestly just the pee hurt. The stomach persisted for days though. I'm like, I am mostly better now, but I still feel like little bits of ramifications of said actions.
See, you felt it a lot longer than most people have, because I will say this: I did try the pepper myself, and I did feel what you felt, the pee burning, and all these other things. But unlike you, I managed to get it on my penis, and
See, the funny thing is from you describing before we started this, it sounds like you may have suffered more on the long run than I did from that one thing, because you just got it in your eye before we started this.
I did get some in my eye before we started. I mean, it was very slight pain, so I was fine.
He brought out I guess it was a prop. Yes, he brought it out. And what was it? Was it just the outside
It's
of it?
just the rim still the rim still has, well, the rim's dry, but you know, like literally when I'm handling this stuff and I'm taking it from one place to another, I cannot wash my hands enough. Literally I cannot touch anything for hours, or it will burn me. And I learned that the hard way, of course, after I was washing my genitalia and proceeded
washing your
my
genitalia.
No, I was not masturbating with capsicum on my head. I feel the burn. Yes.
It's an autoerotic pleasure.
No, there was no pleasure. There was no pleasure derived from that. I was icing my nutsack and penis for 3 hours straight while this thing burnt me.
Did you try dipping it in milk?
No, I thought about it. I honest to God thought about it, but I didn't.
No. Imagine getting milk up your shaft.
That's what I was scared. That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, that is. That's enough to.
But what Garion did, I don't remember what was going on that day. I wasn't having a good day. And I look at Snapchat, and there's Garion's smug face, him and Katie, and it's in front of my door. And I didn't realize it was my door at first until I walk outside to take out the trash. So here I am with a big thing of... What?
Bacon?
Big thing of trash. And in front of me are like 3-4 strips of bacon on the floor.
Yep.
And towards the side is a bunch of pieces of toast.
Yeah.
And
There was like jam with it too.
was there? I didn't notice.
There was jam.
I was too pissed at the time. And the reason
I
why I was
think
pissed,
I countered the prank enough with the fact I offered you toast and jam.
let me finish.
Floor toast.
The toast was boxed.
It was
but
boxed.
Oh,
The
It was
toast-
contained.
The toast was boxed, but
That's totally different.
The bacon was right there in front of my house, and with flies all over it and stinking. And I hate the smell of bacon, and I don't like the flavor of bacon. And fuck you if you're mad at me, because fuck bacon.
Can I also throw in there that I do not like the taste of bacon either?
I mean, to each his own. If you like bacon, you can eat bacon. I just don't like bacon. So there's bacon on the floor. There's flies everywhere. There's stench of the garbage that I'm holding in my hand, and I have to pick up this freaking bacon. So I'm picking up this slimy ass bacon, and I walk over to the thing, and it clicked. It was Garion and Katie, even though they literally admitted to it on Snapchat. I'm like, those smug motherfuckers bragging about, and I think you guys were inebriated then too. Like you guys were
Just a
little
bit.
tad. You
Just
do
a little
what you
bit.
do.
I was driving, so I was fine. I don't drive while I'm too dangerous to get around.
I put the trash out and I Snapchatted you guys back, and you guys thought I was actually pissed. I calmed down by then, and I was like, that wasn't funny. It was kind of racist.
I immediately text Katie. I was like, I really hope you saw him isn't mad. Like we were
No,
just
I
trying to
wasn't
joke.
mad. I did bitch about it. I did bitch about it to Alan and Trevor and the guys. I did bitch, but and I did text you. I was like, consequences, Gary, consequences. And I remember you were like, there's nothing you can do.
So that moment spurred the
I mean,
Caroline.
Something that was considerably worse than what I did.
yes. I mean, bravo for pulling it off, but like, dang, that's like a jump.
I mean, if you're gonna do a prank, you gotta go 100%.
Gotta go hard, man.
I'm gonna get you arrested by like the airport police at some
Please
point now.
do not. I like being in this country. Wait until after the elections.
I'm gonna plant something flammable on you, and you're done.
Kudos, though. Kudos.
Thank you.
Very well done.
I wish I would have saw that. Because I would have not left that party.
Well, speaking of, well, this has nothing to do, but I was like, I don't know how to tie it in, but anyways, I was like sitting.
You don't have to tie it in. You just want to talk about it.
Talk about it. Well, I'm sitting at the student lounge at school, and I've started classes, and there was somebody talking about a woman in Mexico, and he was like, man, women in Mexico are so deceitful. He's like, you can't tell if they're females or she-males. I was like, what?
What?
Exactly, that was my reaction. I'm like, why Mexico? When did
Why?
Mexicans having she-males become a stereotype?
Whoa, wait, possibly. Just throwing it out there. Have you ever seen The Hangover 2?
I've seen The Hangover, unfortunately, yes.
Okay, do you remember what happened?
I don't know.
In the middle of the movie?
No.
They were in
Well, I remember there was a female character.
a Latin American country, if I remember correctly.
So what you're saying is...
I don't know. I've seen this movie once and it's utter shit, so...
I mean, yeah. So what you're saying is this person watched Hangover 2 once and proceeded to go like, man, these Mexicans, you can't trust them. All their women are she-males.
Wait, listen to me. When you have somebody like Donald Trump running as possibly the leader for the GOP, there is nothing that is impossible anymore in terms of like people's stupidity.
Oh, Jesus. Speaking of stupidity, and in the student lounge, for some reason, Fox News is always fucking on. And you've watched me watch Making a Murder. We talked about this the last. I would recommend it.
A little bit, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What you talked about it, and I was like, oh, okay.
You should watch it.
I was like,
You
wow.
should watch it. You should finish it.
Yeah.
So they're talking about the thing, and there was a petition out to get the guy out of prison, and the response from the presidential office was like, well, he was arrested at the state level. We can't do anything about it. So Fox, in some way or another, managed to twist the story to turn it into Obama's fucking useless. Give the guy a break. he's gone in a few months. Just let him go.
He's almost out.
Just let him live.
Let him live.
His life.
Leave Obama alone.
Okay, so we're about halfway. I think now is a good time to introduce what I hope will be a regular segment in our podcast, which is, and we'll have to come up with a catchy title for it later. Right now, I will just explain it. We're gonna take some lyrics to some great songs.
We could just call it guest reading.
No, here. For today, we can call it putrid poetry.
Putrid poetry. That sounds good. Okay.
All right. Essentially, what's going to happen is I'm going to have our two guests read, I think, a verse each and the chorus from a lovely song called "I Might Go Lesbian" by Manika. I don't know. It's M-A-N-I. Wait, M-A-N-I-K-A.
We'll just say Manika.
Manika.
Sure, let's go with that one.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So Garion wanted to start, so
I am the
I'll
one
go
that
ahead.
suggested this song.
Yes. So go ahead and read that little bit, and there
Do you want me to read the intro?
we go. Sure. Go
Okay.
for it.
Do I need to possibly summon a voice, or do you just want me to read it?
You do whatever you
Do
want.
what
man.
you feel is natural.
I'm so damn sick of men. Ah, young T-Raw, ah. Verse 1. Darkness on the floor, heartbroken, yet it hit me. How many times have been through this already? He reels me, I take the bait. Now I'm hooked. I already know my fate. Next comes the pain. Damn, did I really fall for that again? It's like men. All they ever do is pretend that they love you, but they just fucking with your mind. And another chick at the same time. Damn, I'm so sick of men. I might go lesbian. Heartbreaking as fast as I can. I'm so damn sick of men. I might go lesbian.
You can hand it.
I might go lesbian.
I think that's a good. You can hand it up, Sam.
I'd like to pass this off.
I don't know if I'll be able to top that. Where am I at?
Verse 2.
Verse 2.
Oh, was that verse one? In its
There's
entirety?
one in a chorus, right?
And of course.
So you're sick of men.
Oh, is that it?
Okay, I'm gonna start over, okay? I didn't think I would laugh at my own voice, but so you sick of me? All right,
Okay, hold on.
all right.
Everyone. compose ourselves, please.
Silence!
All right, that didn't help.
Oh, this is a big verse. I got this.
You got this, man. You got
So you sick of men? I got that of you. I got the club jumping. I brought the parachute. Say no to drugs, but my pinky ring's daring you. Fuck you like a rabbit. Yeah, the ring's the ring's 10 carats boo. I'm the last male. He was just preparing you. I'm a one of one. Who you gonna compare me to? I'm a feature film. He a preview. Now you like girls? Me too. Diamonds and furs? Me too. Wanna take over the world? Me too. Get with them girls. I'm your only one, young T. Raw. Trying to hit the hole in one. Heartbreaking as fat as they can. I'm so sick of men. I might go beyond. I might go beyond.
You know what that sounded like? Do you know the actor Mako? He did the voice of Master Splinter in the TMNT movie.
Oh,
back
yeah,
then. He
yeah,
does the
yeah,
voice
yeah.
of Iroh in.
Oh yes, Aku. I'm sorry.
Yeah, or Aku, yeah. It sounded just like him.
Well, thank you.
The distant lad. I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, turned lesbian.
So I think that was a hit. I think.
That went much better than I thought it would, not gonna lie.
That was the first time I've done that voice in a long time.
Oh, you used to do that frequently?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. RuneScape, man. RuneScape.
I'm glad we could bring it back for such a great occasion. Special.
Is there anything you guys want to talk about specifically? Anything you want to bring up? I've got a story waiting.
You got a story waiting.
Yeah, but if you guys want to bring it up, or bring up something, I mean, you guys can go ahead.
I have a small rant I could potentially go on.
What about?
Um,
His face was like, "I'm here." This one.
no, you haven't actually. Oh no, you have. You may have. I don't know.
Beats me, man.
Well, go ahead.
It just has to do with insensitivity on the parts of people in regards to like a racial situation. which
Did
is
you
really
call
annoying.
somebody an asshole?
How does that have to do with being a
I don't
race?
know.
Anyone can be an asshole.
That's not true.
Yes.
Not white people.
Yeah, we can.
As a white person, I know.
Yes. Yes. You're very much so aware, Esau.
I'm sure there's like one person who's listening. It's like, you're not white.
Yeah.
Everybody
Wait a
else is like,
second. I didn't know he was white.
that doesn't add up.
That voice sounds odd.
Foreign. You can't foreigner. You're not one of us.
My.
No, okay. Here, I'll try to make it a quick thing. So, I was gone for the first 3 days in the new year to Atlanta.
Mhm.
I go down there to this like big Christian conference called Passion. Okay. Now, this is not the main objective of the story. I'm merely telling you this that I'm down here with this random church youth group, or like church like college/high school senior group that I have no idea of anybody. I don't know anyone. I spent the entire weekends with them. And I don't know how this became a thing, but I guess when you're at a church retreat, all the jokes have to be very PC, or in some ways PC, per
Really?
se. Yeah, people are weird about it, man. You start saying like certain words and people look at you all funny. What's
How
wrong?
dare you say the R word? Oh my gosh.
I know. Wait,
Why would you say rabbit?
no. I was like, what R word are we talking? I was just going to roll with it. Anyways,
Can
so...
we say the R word?
What?
Can we say the R word?
What, retard?
Yeah.
Retard?
Retard.
The word retard?
Yeah.
Retard?
Can we say the word retard? That's
Ritter.
what I'm asking.
That answers my question. Go
I
ahead.
think everyone can, because it should we say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's a good point. He makes a good distinction there. Anyways, my point is, so there was like one joke that was perpetuated throughout the entire weekend, and it was like this one kid kept doing this like Mexican accent, which I'll grant him was mildly amusing.
Agua el Diablo.
No, he's like, hey, ¿qué pasó? Hey, you got your man? Like that's how he talks. Like
So you
he's
sound like Scarface.
like an
So that was Cuban.
sort of like like a Cuban mixed with like like somebody from Mexico. Either way,
So already this guy's an asshole because he's doing the joke wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. But they kept playing like a salsa station too while we were going to and from events and stuff. All this mildly funny, mind you, and it kept getting like less funny as the 3 days
The joke
progressed.
ran out
Yes.
very quickly.
The last day before we leave to come back here to Kentucky, we go to a diner because it's going to be out of the way and there aren't going to be a lot of people from this very large event that we were at that would be like overflowing it and causing the service to be slow. Well, we get there, our waitress turns out to be Hispanic. And what does the youth minister of this like group I went with?
So it's a youth minister doing it.
Yes, this is a youth minister, 31-year-old
Oh.
male.
That's very different than what I.
Yeah, I thought it was just some douchebag.
No, it becomes worse by the fact that it's a 31-year-old man that's doing this. Runs up to the waitress for no apparent reason whatsoever, just because he thinks it's going to be funny, and tries to, in Spanish, tell her that we were listening to 107.9 or some radio station, the mariachi station, in Spanish. Of course, he comes back and tells us, and I'm already squirming at the thought of having to be associated with these people, because it's very insensitive, obviously. And, yes.
So how did this whole Atlantic? I'm sorry for like asking this movie story, but how does this whole Atlantic trip come about? Like, what is this for? Just for shits?
Just the Passion Conference. It's like a big like church conference that takes place over the course of like 3 days.
He was just very passionate, so he wanted to go to the passion retreat.
I'm not going to get into why I
His
went on
passion
this trip.
skills.
It was
Okay, thank you for breaking this passionate story he was telling us. Please continue, Gabriel.
With the passion.
yeah, with
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 that,
passion.
that passion.
Passion.
Passion. Okay.
Passion. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, I feel slightly bad because I'm busting this guy out on the internet, but fuck it, whatever.
We're not saying his name or anything.
It's true or not, but he runs up to her and tells her, comes back, tells us what he said, and when he was trying to say point in Spanish, he said punta, which is bitch.
I know.
Okay, so this asshole not only did something incredibly insensitive and racist by running up to her and trying to speak Spanish to her, he said, we were listening to 107 bitch radio in Spanish. I'm like, you are an idiot. Like, why would you ever consider this to be a socially acceptable thing? And more importantly, if you're so Christ-like and loving, you shouldn't have done it in the first place because it's rude. Furthermore, to find out, of course the lady wasn't actually Hispanic, she was Arabic. So it was like a doubly offensive thing. Because then when I told him what he said, he tried to go back and apologize, and she's like, I'm Arabic, I had no idea what you were saying anyways. And I'm just like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, I'm Arabic, and I've been when I went to Florida. Yeah.
Would have never known.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Like I
weird.
said, people think I'm white for some reason.
Yeah, I thought you were black, dude.
What the fuck is going on?
Mind blown.
So when I went down to Florida in 2008, like I'm walking around. I don't remember if it was Disney or Universal, and this kid is like, like talk. I'm not gonna do it, but he was like trying to talk to me in Spanish, and I know what the Spanish word for what is, and I was like, ¿Qué? ¿Qué? He thinks I'm Spanish. And I was like, dude, I have no fucking clue what you're saying. It was like this little kid too, and I'm like, I hope he didn't need me to help him with something.
Was he Hispanic or was he white?
He was a Hispanic kid.
Okay.
Please help me.
I think so, because
My
he could
father
have been
is
Arab.
well. You're just like, what? ¿Qué?
Okay, I'm messing with
Just
this
sarcastically.
Why was his
"Okay?"
father trapped in a well in Disneyland?
I don't know,
Weird
man.
things happen there.
I mean, yeah. Could have been
had
the
those
well from
stories?
Snow White.
Because that's definitely on Disneyland properly. Wait, was it Disneyland or Disney World?
Which one's in Florida?
World is in Florida.
Then
Land
it was
is in
World.
Cali.
Then it's World.
Okay. World.
Wild.
Wild.
So
Wild.
I've been wanting to ask this for a while, but have you guys ever had a pimple on your butt?
Yep.
I mean, yeah. We're people,
So
aren't we?
apparently Dakota has never had a pimple on his butt.
I have not.
So
I think I have one on my butt right now.
All right. Well, I can't say that that's a case, but
so
Can we
last
confirm that right now?
will you drop your pants?
And he's reaching for the belt.
I'm reaching for the belt, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
they're off. No.
Wow.
so
It's like,
last
yeah,
week
I do have one on my butt.
so last week I had a pimple on my ass, and for those who've never had a pimple on their ass, it is one of the most annoying and painful fucking experiences ever. Cause you're trying to sit down, and half of your ass is bugging you because you can't sit down right because that pimple is just like getting squeezed.
Well, to be fair, I've only had I guess it's an underground zit. I never had an actual pimple on my butt.
I'll have to concur with him. I've never had exactly what you're describing.
No, mine was a pimple.
Okay, no, I've
It's
just
like a
merely
white head.
Yeah.
Whitehead? No,
Yeah,
mine
yeah.
was like right in between where the thigh and the butt cheek meet.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was one of those. Yeah, it was annoying. I couldn't, walking was annoying.
Right in the like the crevasse.
So walking was annoying as hell. Sitting down sucked. It was an experience.
So I'll take my comment back. I've never had a pimple on my butt.
But you do have a zit on your back.
That's true. It's very true. It's very true. It's a pimple for sure.
You were talking to me about this earlier.
Yes, I don't want to pop
And right
it.
now he's like slouched so it doesn't.
Yeah, it's on my left shoulder blade. I don't want to pop it because I'm wearing a white shirt.
Blood.
I don't want to stain my shirt.
What?
So
What you don't want
I'm kind of like sitting here just like, Evan, you gotta pop this in. But I can't.
Is it reachable?
Oh yeah. I gotta get that.
He's like, oh, I could definitely take care of this right
Because
now.
I'm thinking if he can't like reach it, what is he gonna do? Like perform like a back scratch on the wall?
On a corner in the house.
Oh
Oh yeah.
No, usually if it's like I just like reach my hand around my back and like try to get it that way. I'll get it eventually, trust me. But this one I
It's
can get.
persistent.
I can get it right now. I just don't want to because it'll stain my shirt. This is a nice shirt. I got it for Christmas.
From your girlfriend?
Yeah, I don't want it to have a short-lived life, so I'll just.
Is it a polo shirt?
No, it's an H&M shirt.
Oh, okay. So
Not-
it's not
not
one of
as
the
fancy.
myriad of polo shirts or
No.
knockoff polo shirts possibly.
Speaking
No.
of polo shirts, I own a couple, and I don't know why, but I feel bad wearing them because, like, well, here's the reason why. Because here in the States, like, if you're wearing something that nice, you look like a douchebag. Back home, everyone wears a polo shirt, like back in Saudi. But here in the States, you're wearing polo. Let's say a polo shirt, like, you look like an asshole.
Yep. That's
Like the
true.
brand Polo, not a polo shirt. Just
Yeah.
to clarify.
Yeah, the brand polo. Like certain brands, I see. This is probably bad, but I would be like, "Ooh, yo, daddy, love you." Like immediately associate them with like being douchey.
And like for those who know me, they know like my style is just regular t-shirt and jeans, sneakers maybe. That is plumbing. If that's in the recording. Tough titty.
I do enjoy a good tough titty.
Is there anything you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about tough titty some more? Yeah, I'm reaching for my mug, but it's
I mean, we
tough
could talk about Garion's tough titty.
What about Gary's tough titty?
I don't know. I mean,
Just as
I
one
mean, do you want to
singular.
feel it or?
I've felt it before.
This is true.
Have you
I think
seen-
everyone present
Have
probably
you seen
has.
the movie Kung Fury?
Oh yeah.
Weird.
The chick with the one boob.
Yeah, the uniboob in the middle of her chest.
Well, that would be bad if that was a true thing.
I feel that would make them very unaerodynamic. in
I'm
many
sure
ways.
boobs in general don't make you die.
This is true, but I feel like one in the center would just be. Oh God.
Would it create an off balance?
Off
If you don't work, if you have the one singular boob.
Say you only
You're
had
just
one that was
swinging
sort of
around.
like left to one side. It like had an inclination, kind of like a penis does. You know how like certain. You know.
Yeah, you
I wouldn't
sort
know
of
if he was
way.
straight and true.
Does it really?
Yes.
Mine totally bends to the right.
Oh. Well, now you guys know more.
Just a
about
little,
Gary.
not like significantly, but it has.
Does
you
it
know.
have to do with dominancy? Because mine does it to the left, and I'm left-handed.
Mine does to the left too, and I'm also left-handed. So,
So I think we figured out something here today, guys.
It could be.
or maybe we're just the majority.
Yeah, we're the.
No, I heard once that if your penis leans to the right, it means you were meant to be a king. I don't
Yeah,
remember
I've heard
where
that
in the
same
world.
bullshit story too.
I don't know where in the world it came from,
I also.
but I'm just saying it's out there.
Well, the world is made for right-handed people, so
That's true. Okay.
It's true. I was supposed to be a left-handed, but my mother taught me to not be, and I'm really salty because I feel like my individuality was stripped.
So, on the topic of left-handedness, I found myself over time getting like less and less tolerant of like, I don't know, not stupid people.
Well, we can say
but-
stupid people.
Well, but not stupid people, just like insensitive people.
PC.
No, not PC. Okay, I'm gonna tell the story, and hopefully you all see where I'm going with this.
Go ahead.
This was several years ago, and I was helping a friend paint a building. it was a church, and we were painting a building. I was like laying down the initial sketches, and he was going through and doing some of the painting lines and all that fun stuff. And these sweet old ladies just come up to us, and they're like, "Oh, how are you all doing today? Yeah, okay, good. Oh, it's coming along very nice. Everything looks so nice." And I was drawing this stuff down with my left hand because I'm left-handed. And these ladies are like, "Oh, you're left-handed." I was like, "Yeah, I sure am." And they're like, "Oh, that means you'll die sooner than most people."
I have heard that. Too.
Awesome.
Yeah, all the time. And like, I don't know what.
Where does that come from?
I don't know what.
That's the first time I've ever heard it.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard it a lot.
I'm sure every left-handed person has heard it.
Huh.
And
Where is this founded out of?
I'm gonna look this up.
Well,
You go
okay.
ahead and you start mine.
My thought
Could be
through all
hearsay.
of this. My thought through all of this though was like, what were they expecting my reaction to be, right? Like,
Oh yeah, I expected that, sir.
well, oh, isn't that nice? Or
Wow, thanks.
because that was my reaction. It was thanks, old ladies, go away now. Like, it really irritated me actually.
So
Yeah.
apparently there is a study by BBC that says from I don't know who, I'm not gonna try to say, but they took a list of people who died recently, and from 2,000 people, left-handed people were 9 years younger when they died. So
Okay.
Well, that sucks.
Well, shit.
Okay. It was only a sample of 2,000 people, though. Once again, we can point to the fact that statisticians frequently make errors. What was the margin of error on that study, sir?
And when was the study done? Did you?
Damn it!
Get
You
your
already
phone
put
out.
the phone out.
This is
Finish
important.
your story. Finish your
No, that was pretty much the end of the story.
That was the end of the
That was
We'll
just
find
like
another topic. to
so
talk.
like earlier in my youth. I'm 22. In my youth, I would just be very mellow about that and be like, oh, that's nice. They tried something. And more
Look at them
they're
trying to
trying
talk to me.
Yeah, and at this point, it's like, well, you guys are idiots, and I don't like you, and go away. And like, I was getting so uppity about this, and I don't know. I think I've just been getting less and less tolerant of that type of. I don't know what that is, like insensitivity. I don't know what to call that.
It's just annoying because
Just to irritate.
yeah, it's just irritating. I'd say.
Um,
Okay. Did you find your?
Well, I found out that these studies were taken in the 1980s and the 1990s. As far as margin of error, I can't really tell you. There's a fancy ass graph here. Apparently, female left-handed people live less as well.
Well,
Nice.
with
Okay, so we
death,
have to-
with
have
death
one.
in mind, if I live to be 81, that'll be good for me because who wants to be 90 anyways? I mean, no
That's
one wants to be 90.
It's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah, no one wants to be 90.
Well, I guess technically my great grandmother lived to be over 90, and she might have wanted to have done that. She never tried to commit suicide or anything like that.
Is she?
Oh, she's deceased.
Well, that's what I was
That's what
saying.
we're going for.
I mean,
Honestly, what was her demeanor at the ages of 90?
Was she left-handed?
Man, I saw her once a year for all my life. Also, I would point out the fact that half the time I knew her, my brain was mushy because I was a tiny little runt. She, from what I could remember, once she hit 90, everything just kind of started going downhill. She was just physically present, but
yeah, I mean, you'll just be like Play-Doh. I mean, you'll just be sitting there, a vegetable, pretty much. You can't go anywhere.
Well, not
You can't-
necessarily. There
can't
are
really
people
drive.
that
Well,
get
yeah,
that
yeah,
old.
yeah.
That
A small
are slow.
majority, though.
Unless
Small.
you age.
Small percentage.
Yes. But with death on this topic still, fast food will be the death to me, if anything. Fast food, 100%.
You're still thinking about food because you haven't had anything to eat.
You're damn straight.
I'm
This
really
man
hungry, too.
thinks about food more than anything possible. I have a
You
vid-
know me. I like food. You know me and what
I think I like food more than you do, man.
Oh,
Oh,
he
boy.
does.
I
He
love
does by
to cook,
far.
though. I do love to cook.
I have a picture of him on my phone of him holding an ale and a Baja Blast Freeze and double fisting them and drinking them at the same time. If that is not the epitome of unhealthy America, I don't know really what else you could get.
Explain to me why Baja Blast. Why does everybody like Baja Blast? I've tried this stuff. I cannot get into it.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like at first it was bandwagon, but then when they tried it, it was like, oh my gosh, this is great.
I think it's awesome.
Well, I mean, it's curiosity first
I
of all.
think
It's
it depends on where you try it because
Fair.
it's like a Taco Bell specialty,
Taco Bell. That's where I had it.
Yeah, and the thing with in my experience, the thing with the Taco Bell they're like drink machines.
Yeah.
It tends to be really watered down or too much soda water. Or
Well,
whatever.
I've had the actual.
I've
had the bottled
bottle.
Still
Nothing.
Still nothing.
Maybe it was that first taste that
I
sort
guess
of
it spoiled it for me.
tainted it for you.
Well,
Forever.
speaking of tainted,
Oh.
you want to talk about sounds that bug you? Do we have enough time? We got time.
Really quickly, yes,
Yeah.
we can do this. And this is something I wanted to talk about last time, but I'm glad we did it now because we have so many more people to talk about this. So I've been thinking about this a lot recently. It's
As you do in your spare time.
as I do in my spare time. I stare at a wall and I think about sounds that irritate me. No, not
I think about
irritate.
people that irritate me.
Make
that's
that a new
also-
series on the podcast.
People that irritate me.
No, sounds that.
Sounds that
Yo,
irritate me.
Dakota.
Okay, you.
Just
You
like
guys-
5 minutes of one sound is going.
Oh no. Okay.
Just give your thoughts
Okay.
or your commentary.
To the
All right. So, the quintessential one, and you all are gonna know where to go from this. Nails on a chalkboard. That is just a sound that like gets under your skin and makes you want to tear your ears off.
I have one when you're done with that.
Yeah.
I do
okay.
as well.
So, I think every person has one really specific one or two really specific ones that no one else is like. Everyone else is
Yeah.
totally fine with it, but you are the only one that it really gets to you. I've got. I used to have paper, like folding paper in half,
Really?
like that sliding sound.
Okay.
That used to kill me.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's not so bad now. What it is now,
Says as he shudders.
like thinking about this, hurts my teeth.
Okay. Down to the teeth.
The big one for me, I don't know if this resonates with you guys at all. Cardboard scraping against cardboard.
No.
Nothing for me.
Nothing.
Really?
Like sandpaper doesn't bother me. Sandpaper scraping
sandpaper-
against itself.
That kind of.
With me, mine is pretty generic. Mine is the scraping chalkboard scraping noise.
Sure.
Like even as a kid, I hated the sound of chalk on chalkboard. That just
Yeah.
just the
the
writing it
little
bugged me.
Like
Like
little sis.
yeah, just the typing, not even just scratching. Like that's annoying in itself. But writing on a chalkboard bugged me. And to this day, when I see it, I'll get to you in a second. But like to this day, when somebody's like writing on a chalkboard, it just drives me fucking insane. You wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna bring up that the sounds that you were talking about does not bother me at all, but scratching styrofoam is the
Ooh.
worst.
Really?
Okay.
I
I've,
hate that.
I've heard other people complain about that too.
That's the only sound that I hate. Everything else is just like whatever.
It's got that like squeak mixed with
Yes.
the like slide.
When you think of
I know.
peanut
When you,
packets.
when you think of it, like the when you dwell
It does
on it,
sound
just,
unpleasant now that I'm thinking
hurts.
about it.
So-
Okay, so mine, I feel good because no one else has mentioned this. It is that my family, like, okay, older utensils. Older utensils have, are like composed of different metal and they're not made the same. So, like, my family used to have really an old set of utensils that we had. And for some unknown reason, I don't know what it is, but if they ever clang together, I would just like, I just writhe. I could literally, and I could even be like doing something and merely think of the sound and I couldn't talk anymore because I could taste the metal in
I'll
my
keep
mouth.
that in mind.
Like it like will even stop me from singing. I can't do it. It's so bad.
I'll keep that in mind.
ladies and gentlemen, we have extra special guest with us. It's Blake Ellis. Hi Blake, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty well. Blake had wanted to throw his 2 cents worth in here with the sounds. So
If you want to get closer to the mic, yeah, you can.
My least favorite sound that I can think of right now is when like on a whiteboard when the markers start squeaking on the whiteboard. I can't stand that sound.
Really?
That one doesn't
drives
bother
me
me.
nuts.
Oh,
Doesn't
that
bother me.
being in
Yeah.
class must suck
Oh
for you.
yeah, it's
that must be
horrible.
awful.
it's nothing to me. It feels like clean and
Yeah.
I have no problem with that at all.
Yeah.
But with
That's
the
interesting.
chalkboard, like you were talking about,
That's
that
really
hurt.
interesting.
Well, are there?
Yeah.
Well, we talked about this somewhat last podcast. To round it off, are there like words that bug you? Like how people hate the word moist. Do you hate the word moist?
My girlfriend does.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Like I don't get why. Is there like
I have nothing against that
Nothing?
word.
Well,
in fact,
is there a word
I
that you
love
do?
using it to torment people.
same? But is there a word that you guys do not enjoy? Like the way it sounds, like pus, moist, bulbous.
I would say splurge.
Splurge.
You don't like the
Really?
word splurge?
Because it sounds like like a Frosty or something from like Sonic.
Pepsi.
Is that
flavor,
something
splurge.
just wait? Is that something distasteful to you?
What Sonic thing? I mean, I like Sonic, but
Okay.
Well, okay.
I digress.
I honestly can't really think of any word, possibly outside of pus, which is just
Pus.
brings a nasty image.
Dakota.
I don't know. Pus is pretty gross. I'm not a fan of moist, but it's not like it sends a tingle down my spine or anything. I don't know. I have to think about that.
We'll bench the topic for next time.
Of course.
That's
And-
all the.
And also D holes.
Got
It persists.
It persists. It always persists.
Well, okay, that's all the time we have.
It
Do you
is.
guys want to plug or say something or
In conclusion,
in conclusion?
Alrighty, once more, In Honesty by Artica, out on YouTube and Bandcamp. Bandcamp for free download, YouTube to stream it for free. Go check it out. Let us know what you think. We also happen to have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of which that you can subscribe,
We also
like,
have
or
t-shirts.
follow on. And we have a merch site on absolutemerch.com where you can order. We have 2 different designs right now, both of which are relatively affordable at $15 a piece. And thanks again so much for
And-
having us.
yeah, and we'll be putting the links up in the description for you guys to check out as well.
Awesome. Yes. Thanks again to our guests, Garion Birchell, Evan, and our guest Blake.
Yes.
Like, share, subscribe, all that nonsense. Do we might have a Facebook later, Twitter. We do have a Twitter. We just haven't done anything with it.
Yes,
I
and,
guess that's all from.
Yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to email us. The email is hvlq
Mailbox.
at gmail.com.
Yep.
So that's goodbye from me, Dakota Anders.
That's and a goodbye from me, Assam, and a goodbye from you guys.
See ya.
Thank you again.
Bye bye.
Okay then.